Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Sunset here with a new video for you. Welcome to Season 1, Part 3 of What If Deku Was a Windmaster? I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying, sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. So we begin. The morning of Izuku's first day at UA had come. His mother fussed over him as he packed his bag. Do you have everything you need? You didn't just pack action figures, did you? Stop it, Mom! I have to get going. Izuku. The teen stopped and faced his mother at the sound of his name. I just wanted you to know that I am proud of you. Now go show that school who the next #1 hero is. The green teen smiled at the kindly woman. I will. See you this evening. I will have dinner waiting for you. You can tell me all about your day. Inko watched as her son ran to the train station. She thought to herself how it went by so fast. It seemed like just yesterday he was small and helpless. Now he was a strong and capable young man. Part of her was relieved, while part of her was sad at this thought. She knew he did not need her to protect him anymore. It was time that he learned to do that himself. She worried at that thought, but it passed quickly. She knew her son was powerful and motivated to become a great hero. She knew he would accomplish this mission. After a short train ride, the determined teen arrived at the UA campus. While he had been confident at home, now the gravity of the situation dawned on him. This was the place that produced heroes like All Might. The school of his dreams. He had made it. Izuku made his way through the hallways looking for his homeroom, Class 1A. As he walked, the teen could not help noticing the doors were gigantic. He wondered what kind of powers the people at this school had. Finally, he found a room with a giant 1A in red lettering on the door. Izuku figured that this must be it. As the concerned teen reached for the door handle, the image of the blue-haired boy from the entrance exam came into his mind. Izuku thought to himself, No, I'm sure everyone here is nice. The teen slid the door open, and his worst fears were confirmed. The blue-haired boy was in an argument with Bakugo. Apparently, the bespectacled boy did not like that the cocky blonde had his feet on the desk. Bakugo told him, in very crude language, to get lost. Izuku figured something like this would happen. Bakugo had mellowed over the years, but he was still not one for being told what to do. As the wind-powered teen entered the room, all conversations stopped. Bakugo looked over at the doorway and saw his friend. Well, it's about time you got here, Kage. I figured you would have arrived before me. It is you! Kage was your name. My name is Tenya Ida. I wanted to apologize for our, misunderstanding during the entrance exam. I misjudged you. I am sorry. You knew about the rescue point all along, didn't you? Izuku was about to respond, but someone else beat him to the punch. He did not, Ida. He attacked the zero-pointer in order to save someone, and his name is Izuku Midoriya. That's right. He acted to save me, and it was super awesome. Izuku turned around and saw that Itsuka Kendo and Mina Ashido had entered the room. Both of the girls smiled at the green teen. Kendo, Ashido, hello. So, you both are in this class too? That's right. Glad to see you again, Midoriya. If your name is Midoriya, then why did Bakugo call you Kage? Bakugo walked over to his friend and placed his arm around the greenette. It's called a nickname, stuffed shirt. I call him that because he controls wind. If the only reason you are here is to make friends, then you can leave. All of the teens turned toward the voice. Leaning against the board at the front of the room was a short man with black hair and a white headband. Mina was the first one to voice what everyone was thinking. Holy crap! How did you get in here? Your observation skills leave much to be desired. I entered the room shortly after you two ladies did. I even shut the door. All of the kids turned and saw that the door was, indeed, closed. They all freaked out at this. My name is Hiei. I am your homeroom teacher. The man then pointed to a stack of uniforms on the front desk. Each of you, take one of those gym uniforms. Get changed and meet me on the training field. A short time later, the students had done as Hiei asked. They then gathered on the field in their gym uniforms. Today, you all will be taking part in a series of tests that will show you, and me, where your powers are and what you need to work on. Just then, a pink-cheeked girl spoke up. Sir, what about orientation? We're going to miss it! The short man spoke in a calm voice. You have no time for that nonsense. I am told that UA is not tethered to tradition. That means I get to run my class as I see fit. And to make sure you try your hardest, the person who comes in last place will get expelled. The students were all rendered speechless. It felt as if someone had taken all of the air from their lungs. All of them had worked hard to get into UA. The idea that their hero's journey would end here was unthinkable. You can't expel us! We all worked so hard to get here. It's not fair! The world is not a fair place, young lady. It is full of injustice and monsters that prey on the weak. It is a hero's job to be a pillar of strength and combat the unfairness and monsters of the world. Show me that you have what it takes. Pass my test or get out. Again, the group was left speechless. None of them liked that the dark-haired man was doing this, but all of them knew he was right. If they could not pass a little test like this, then they had no chance of beating real villains. Each of them steeled themselves for the challenge ahead. Hiei told his students that the events in the test would include a ball throw, standing long jump, 50-meter dash, long-distance run, grip strength, repeated side steps, seated toe touch, and sit-ups. It would be in their best interest to score highly in at least one of these events. Failure to do so could result in being expelled forever. Izuku and Bakugo took to the events eagerly. They wanted to see how they stacked against their new classmates, but also each other. The breezy team got high marks in the 50-meter dash, standing long jump, long-distance run, and ball throw. Izuku used his wind power to sail through these events. He even tied with his bombastic friend in some of the events. Though strangely, Hiei did ask him to redo the 50-meter dash and standing long jump again without using his powers. When asked why, the silent man said he wanted to see what his score was without his power aiding him. It would not affect his final score. He was just curious. So the boy did as he asked, partly out of fear that he would be expelled if he didn't. Kendo received a high score in the standing long jump, using her sword as a pole vault. She did well in the grip strength test, though she could not beat Shoji. She also received a score of 710 meters in the ball throw. She did this by using her energy sword as a baseball bat. It was a home run! Again, Hiei asked the long-haired girl to redo some of the events out of curiosity. Kendo also wondered why he did this. As the events came to an end, Hiei stood next to a scoreboard. His face was emotionless. You should already have some idea of where your standing is, but here are the final scores. The short man pressed a button on a remote in his hand, and the scores appeared on the board behind him. Izuku looked at the scoreboard. The top 2 spots were occupied by Momo Yaoyorozu and Shoto Todoroki. He believed those were the names of the 2 students who got in on recommendations, so that was no surprise. However, The next names on the list were surprising. They were, in order, Katsuki Bakugo, Izuku Midoriya, and Itsuki Kendo. Each of them was only separated by a few points. The green teen was glad the two of them were not in danger of expulsion. Relief passed for most of the group as they saw their names were not in last place. But this was not the case for one student. The whole group saw that one Minoru Mineta was in last place. The tiny boy threw a major fit at this news. He then proceeded to blame his character design. Hiei removed his headband and revealed a giant eye in the middle of his forehead. The purple iris glowed with a mildly sinister light. Mineta stopped moving and rose into the air and flew over to Hiei. The tiny boy hovered in the air next to Hiei's head. Enough of your whining. The results are set. You know the consequences. Upon seeing his teacher's third eye, he realized who he was. Midoriya started to fanboy out. You're the third eye hero. Your power is called Jagan. It allows you to use telekinesis, mind reading, and some degree of mental control. You are also a master swordsman. It is said that you have taken down multiple enemies at once. Thank you for telling me what I already know. I will deal with this one. The irritated man pointed at the frozen and hovering Mineta. The rest of you take a syllabus from the classroom before you leave. That's it for class. Be ready for tomorrow. Your training will start in earnest. The man silently walked off the field. The frozen and hovering form of Mineta followed Hiei as he did so. Suddenly, his phone went off. He took out the device and saw that it was a message from Principal Nezu. Hiei wondered what the mouse man wanted. This video was sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty, and hackers could exploit you. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. In addition to providing you with safe passage through the web, you can also expand the reach of your favorite streaming services. Are you tired of going through 2, 3, or even 4 streaming services to watch your favorite anime? Well, with NordVPN, you can change your country and be able to binge shows like My Hero Academia, Naruto, and many others on your favorite streaming service with just the press of a button. Check out the link in the description to get 72% off when buying for 2 years for $3.29 a month. This deal is for a limited time. And thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring this video! The students decided to gather in the 1A classroom after they got changed. That way, they could grab the class syllabus and get to know each other a little before the end of the day. Izuku lagged behind his classmates. He wondered why their new teacher made him and Kendo run certain tests over again. Was there a connection? If there was, he couldn't see it. Their powers were completely different. The thought was about to drive him mad when he arrived at the classroom. As the distracted teen entered the classroom, many of his new classmates came up to him. They all took turns introducing themselves and telling him how awesome his power usage was during the test. Izuku thanked them and asked about their powers and how they worked. Out of the corner of his eye, the greenette saw a dark-haired teen with azure blue eyes. Izuku remembered that this guy's name was Shoto Todoroki. He placed second in the events, after Momoyao Yorozu. However, the confused teen did not think the stern-eyed onlooker had used his power during the events. From what he saw, Todoroki was fast and powerful. The stern-faced youth turned and left the room without a word. Yet another question to bother Izuku. The adamant youth looked over and saw Kendo talking to a group a short distance away. He walked over toward the tall girl. "Hey, Kendo!" The girl turned to face the greenette. "Yes, Midoriya? Can we talk for a minute?" Izuku pointed to the hallway. letting the sunny girl know he wanted to speak alone. Of course, the viridescent boy led the powerful girl into the hallway. Several of their classmates gawked at this action in surprise. What did you want to talk about? Did you notice how Mr. Hiei asked us to repeat some of the exercises today? I did. I found it strange, too. But the man must have had his reasons. You're probably right. I just wish I knew why. It's really bothering me. Kendo placed her hand on Izuku's shoulder. Calm down, my friend. I know we'll learn why in time. For now, we should focus on our training. Sensei did say we would be up for more challenges tomorrow. Izuku smiled at the girl. You're right. Would you like to walk to this train station with me and Bakugo? Sounds good. The two went to rejoin their class and prepared to leave. As Izuku slid the massive door open, several of his classmates fell through the doorway in a pile. The group of collapsed students included Ashido, Kaminari, Kirishima, and Ida. Both Izuku and Kendo gave the group a disappointed look. It was clear to the two they had been spying on them. Mina tried to convince the two they had all just been standing behind the door on accident, but no one was buying it. The teens figured their classmates thought something was going on between them. Of course, they would have heard that was not true. The pair then asked their classmates if they wanted to walk to the train station with them. Many of them agreed. A few said they had other ways home. So, 1A headed out after grabbing a syllabus. Meanwhile, a meeting was taking place in the principal's office. Hiei walked into the office and saw two men. The first was All Might in his skinny form. Lastly was Nezu sitting behind his desk. Good evening, Hiei. Take a seat, if you please. All Might. I would say it's nice to see you again, but I would be lying. All Might thought to himself, he's like a miniature Aizawa, but more fierce. Hiei stood in front of the chair and spoke in a flat tone. If you don't mind, Principal, I have much to do. So can you just get to the point of this meeting so I can go? Very well. As one of our newest teachers, I wanted to know how your class went today. I heard you already expelled one of your students. That is not what you really want to know. I was told you were very perceptive. No, I placed you over this class because your skill set would some of the students in your charge. I figured as much. I know that you have placed my former student in the class. I approve. I have also seen two others who have potential. You have? Yes. One boy has clearly been training under Jin. Then there was a girl. Her skills lack any artistry or grace, but she does have great power in her. And what of your former student? He has great power inside him, but he has not been able to channel it safely yet. I fear he will not do so until he works through his personal issues. I am sure you know of his family. The three men nodded at the same time, the gestures signaling that they knew all about it. A sad tale, to say the least. Hopefully, we can help him work through some of that. We will see. The serious man turned to All Might. What of you, All Might? You found a successor. How did you know about that? My eye does not miss much. Your power is significantly weaker than the last time I saw you. Even with your damaged body, that kind of power loss is weird. Plus, I had a friend who went through something similar. Yes, I found a worthy young man to become the next symbol of peace. He has much to learn, but he will be a great pillar for society. I would ask that you not tell anyone about this. I won't. If that is all, can I go? Very well. I wish you luck. Make sure the students' training pushes them to go plus ultra. Okay. Hiei turned and left the office without another word. As the grim man walked off the campus, he thought to himself, those three students will require special attention. Then there's the other one. His power seems familiar. If it is what I think it is, I will have to be careful how I deal with him. But I will have to see if I'm right first. It's hard to tell at this point. Back in the office, the two men wore concerned looks. Are you sure we should leave him in charge of the students, Nezu sir? You know what they say about him. I do. I believe it will be okay. Kie came highly recommended to me. I believe he will do well. All of the teachers can keep an eye on 1A. If anything is amiss, then we can act. Sounds like a plan. Now, you should prepare for your class tomorrow, All Might. I already have, sir. I have something special planned. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in all this information thus far. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. If you're in the mood for some great storytelling, We the Celestials have you covered. Our We the Celestials My Hero Academia and Naruto What If channels retell the story of their namesake anime with a twist. Check it out if you're interested. Now, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in today's excellent content production. Their details can be found in the description below. Lastly, if you're interested in what we do here at We the Celestials, I'd like to extend an invitation to join the team. The only caveat is that we only accept members from 16 years old to join our crew. You can sign up for whichever category fulfills your interest by joining the recruitment Discord using the link in the description below. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us for today's video. So thank you all for watching and have a great day!